Today, May the 26th here in Marshaba, Abaco. And I watch government after government destroying this little piece of rock I call the Bahamas, this island called Abaco. We are in a crackerjack generation now. Everything is instantaneously. You just can touch a button of the finger and the information is worldwide. And I look at Abaco and I said, what has happened in Abaco by this government for the people of Abaco? And the world is watching. Why do you think that a black president, the only black president of the United States, refused to come to the Bahamas, refused to have a United States an ambassador to the Bahamas while he was president of the United States? This is a black brother. And I was looking so forward to seeing Barack come to one of the most prosperous country in the Caribbean. Even the black brother said that he couldn't come because the PLP government and the FNM government is so dirty that he refused to dirty United States by sending an ambassador here and for him to visit. So Barack went down to Jamaica. Boy, that hurt Kai Mills, because I'm not a part of the corruption, but the people that I sent there to deal with the corruption is the forefront of it. You don't think that the United States government know that the FNM in their first year didn't even come up to their second anniversary. The first year of the FNM anniversary, Brent Simonet went and secured a $25 million contract with one of the biggest money laundering company to ever hit Abaco, Baker's Bay. You don't think that the United States government also know that our prime minister is getting the third largest share of the 25 million? Our prime minister and Brent Simonet may not know that they know, but they know. The United States Embassy knows everything that comes and go on in this country. And we call ourselves a sovereign nation. I told my brother Henfield, my member of parliament, that exhausting himself flying up and down all over the world trying to be a part of the world scene. My brother, they consider us the dirtiest, crookedest country in this hemisphere. And it's because of our leaders, the people that we send there to root out corruption. They then became corrupt and get involved in a $25 million that neither one of them need. They are multi-millionaires. But greed sets in, and they went and negotiate that contract with Baker's Bay to blacklist them more as unsuitable leaders. This happened in the FNM first year of government. Don't mind all the stuff that they say happened in Abaco. Only thing happened in Marshaba, it's a parking lot. And I told Henfield, we are not a sovereign nation. They don't recognize us. Look all the years that Fred Mitchell was in charge of foreign affairs. Whenever Fred gets up, everybody empties the building. They don't want to hear hell from this little dirty country called the Bahamas. Whenever Darren gets up to speak, they disappear. There are not many sovereign countries in the world. Let me just educate you on sovereignty and how you get and sustain sovereignty. Remember Libya. Libya was the only country in the world that had no debt. Nobody owed nothing until Gaddafi decided to pay by gold bullion. He said to the United States, we're not gonna trade with no dollars, no paper money. We got gold. We're gonna trade with gold. That's what we got. Boy, what he said that for? Kill him like a dog on the street. Then you had Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein had 1 million man army, the biggest army in the world. United States shut him down, kill him and his son, because they had gold, they had the army, but they have no sovereignty. You know what is sovereignty today in the world? Atomic bomb. Any country that has atomic bomb has sovereignty. Nobody gonna touch them. Nobody. We don't have no sovereignty. We don't have anything. Country like United States, atomic bomb. The Soviet Union, atomic bomb. Great Britain, atomic bomb. Pakistan, they have sovereignty. They have atomic bomb. India, they have sovereignty. They have an atomic bomb. Israel, because of the United States, they have sovereignty because they have the atomic bomb. Even that little crazy man down there in North Korea, United States know he has the capability and have atomic bomb. They ain't gonna mess with him because he have everything pointed right to United States. So they dare not touch the crazy one, what they call the Rocket Man. The Rocket Man launching all the time. But they're not gonna touch him because he has sovereignty, because he has an atomic bomb. Any other country can get wiped out. Russia, oh man, all the fools is down there. They ain't gonna touch Russia, the Soviet Union. They too have sovereignty because they have the atomic bomb. We're signing off, and I watch this all my years, and I wonder, is there some kind of voodoo man in a House Assembly that don't care who we elect? They forgot the more important people. There are only sovereignty, and the only people we owe sovereignty to is the Bahamian people. But our government is selling us off to every other nation to try to be a part of the world nation when we are not recognized as nothing, zero. All we got is sand and sea, and they're trying to take that away from us. We can't even stop them from stealing our lobsters, our groupers. And we talking about we are sovereign nation. We're a sovereign nothing. We're a laughing stock of all the Caribbean. Because look what we got. We sell what we have and give it away. Most countries would lease a place like Baker's Bay for 100, 200 years, but we give it to them. And when we give it to them, guess what happened? They sell it for billions, and all we get is a little job, the little 500, 600 jobs, and the millions of dollars is coming to the airport and going right back out. I am so embarrassed as an Abaconian and indeed a Bahamian that we can have a company and we can say this all day until we get blue in the face. A company like Baker's Bay, that for 10 years they will come at this airport and pick up 20, 30 jobs without any permission, without any license, and our government says okay. They can carry people for 10 years from Marsh Harbor to Baker's Bay and ferry them and charge them $175 a person. The richest ferry service in the country is Baker's Bay, and they have no license to do so. And the minister, Renville Wells, is sitting on his hands. That is not a sovereign nation. I'm not talking about going in the back door. These guys are at the gateway of the Bahamas and Abaco. at the international airport, picking up and dropping off, taking the ferry service, and 2 years in, this new government, this F&M government, that said that they would stop all of this stuff, has not even pick up the phone, nor less come and say, enough is enough. That would be sovereignty to your people, because the money will flow down to the mom and pop shops, North Abaco. But as it is now, all the money is collected by Bakers Bay, and they give the Negroes the little salary when they take the big chunk out of the country. That is my Sunday message to the F&M government. Tighten the sovereignty of Bahamians by doing for the persons that elected you. Bahamians, there's nobody on the WTO stood in line for hours to elect you. So why are we so fast forward on WTO? Neither one of them can vote in this country. Pay attention to detail. This is your time. What will be your legacy? We got a $40 million pause right down the road there. That has not been open yet. 40 million is sitting there. I'm not going to say too much on that, but it's there. Right in front of me right here, at the airport. It's the building that the government spent $1.5 million for custom storage. Can't even open that. And we're talking about 7 years later. But we can give Bakers Bay the okay to continue to rob the taxi drivers, to continue to rob the ferry service, and nothing. Renwell Wells so far is a zero minister. I love those days when the government, the prime minister, will change these ministers and put them in another ministry, especially if they don't know how to govern and how to run their ministry for the betterment of Bahamian and indeed a betterment of the country. That is my 2-year message. Nothing much has changed but the call of the sheiks. You're here live on WCAY when the governor of the Bahamas think that we have sovereignty when all we got is sand and sea, and we're not even selling it. We're just giving it away to foreigners. Kai Case. That's why he's here.